So thank you so much for being here tonight with us. My name is Jamil Adas. I am the founder of the Poetryhood, or Al-Hay Al-Shari in Arabic. We do everything related to poetry. We publish poetry online on our website and social media, along with visual art. So if you have a poem that you'd like to contribute with, you can send it over to us. I will give it to a visual artist who will create a picture out of your poem. And it will be posted on our bi-monthly publication. On top of that, we do spoken word events, such as this one right here. We also do poetry workshops. We have a poetry podcast. Check us out on your favorite podcast app. It's called The Poetryhood. And finally, we do poetry film production. It's a lot of poetry. Thank you. So, just like how Carlos was saying a few minutes ago, maybe some more people have just arrived. If you feel something, if you want to give this performer your support, just snap your fingers. It really helps. It makes the person performing here more confident. It gives you a better experience, so on and so forth. Everyone will be happy. So, I also would like to welcome you to the Emirates Airline Festival of Literature, which has been so kind to have invited me and all of the performers here today. This is my first time here at the Literature Festival. And honestly, I'm amazed at how amazing this place is. I mean, shout out to everyone involved, but the people I've been talking to are Annabelle, Flora, and Ahlam. Tremendous work, honestly. Round of applause to everyone from the festival. All right, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So, for the first performer, I'm going to introduce someone who has published 2 poetry books, and I'm in the middle of sinking my teeth into one of them. She will be one of my guests on the podcast very soon as I'm done with the book. That I promise you and her. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Donna Gutierrez.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamil, for inviting me to be a part of this. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm actually glad that I'm on first because I'm always so nervous. And I don't get to enjoy the rest of the night if I'm going on last. But anyway, I have been accused of only writing intense, heartbreaking poetry. So for my first poem, I thought I'd shake it up a bit and do something fun and playful, and a shout out to all the Filipino kids who grew up playing in the streets. And it's not a limerick, but it's kind of funny because it's talking about having a crush. You walk into a room and my body turns rigid. Can't move. Don't want to. I'm now rooted where I stand like an aratilis tree. Singapore cherry, my cheeks turn ripe red like the fruit. In my rib cage, my heartbeat is playing Chinese garter on speed. Jumps 10, 20, 30, 40. This is a schoolgirl's crush at 34. Childish, I know, but let me relish the rush that's been buried under past hurts. It's not like honey, baby, but let me taste the dew in the santan, flowers, sugar, exor blooms. Let me flower chain poems into words about your dimples. Kilig is that feeling that bubbles up from inside you and explodes into a smile on your face or a chuckle. You look my way and it's tumbang preso. Your gaze, the slipper, my heart, the can, which is to say that it's kind of rusty and pretty empty. My thoughts are skipping minute to minute, thinking step, yes, step, no, step up to you, can't. This feeling has turned me into some dalagang Filipina, modern Maria Clara, shyly stealing glances at you from behind my abanico. Oh, you are so cute. You write poetry like parang ang sarap mong magmahal, how maybe it tastes like sapin-sapin. Layered, colorful, sticky, sweet rice cake, perfect for merienda in the golden afternoon after siesta. Maybe one day, one day, when I grow up, I'll muster up enough courage to call you, ask you to come over and play Langit, Lupa, Sino ang Taya? Ikaw, you, taya ka, baby, you're it. Okay, whew, okay. This next poem, and thank you so much. This next poem is in my second book, and it's a torch song, which is evident in the imagery that I use, and it's called Smoke Song. It's in my second book, which is available upstairs. Thank you in advance. This one does not have a point yet. Just lines that are piled one on top of the other. There is poetry in the undefined. The quiet, the silence, the unruffled mess of what's not to be disrupted is rhythmic, like a psalm or a song. I can't tell you how long I have waited for you to come back for me. I can't tell you because I really don't want to have to think about the desperation anymore. It has been arduous and painful, so let's just say that I've been waiting for a very long time. There have been nights when I resorted to begging the stars for something other than the waiting, but the stars bow down for no one. I would ask how the sky looks like in your side of the city, but I know there is no point in asking you anything. Anything that required to be said has already been said, so what's left? The song that I vowed to write you that night when we made a bonfire by the shore? Okay then. Take me to the burning room with a grand piano and I will play you the song until I ember and ash. I did vow to do so. Even through the smoke, you are still the most beautiful thing in this city, and I am still the last thing that you'd save in a fire. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Donna Gutierrez, everyone. I really love when a performer tries something different and new. It really gives them this new life. And honestly, good job, Donna. So for our next act, this guy came up to me, and at the Poetryhood, we're always trying to see different things and try different stuff, different concepts of events. And I have to give a lot of credit to this guy who came up to me and told me, let's do something new in the rap scene. And we created a new concept event called Flowetry, which is focused on conscious rap. So we would invite rappers who really focus on the lyrics, and poets who focus on the hip-hop flavor of poetry. So please put your hands together for none other than Yaz.
Hello, lovely people. How are you guys doing today? My name is Yaz. I'm a spoken word artist / hip hop artist. I blend the poetry and the rap together because at the end of the day, it's writing. And it's one of the same, right? So oftentimes I'll write my poetry and then it'll turn into a rap in some form. So that's what I'm going to give you today. I told you my name is Yaz, but if they ask you who I am, tell them he's just a young Arab guy from the CHI. He's so lucky you could tell he got God on his side. He's so hungry you could tell from the look in his eyes. But someone tell me how the heck he got to Dubai. I heard he got an older brother that taught him rap songs, and an even older sister that put him on. Man, without my family, I would be so gone. I love my family, I'll say that all day long. I am grateful for all the things my mama taught me, and I can't forget all the PS2 games she bought me. And I would play all those PS2 games with my cousins, even though I barely talk to them anymore. I still love them. I swear I want to make all of you proud. If you got family, tell them that you love them right now. For my baba that I look like, I'ma hold it down. For my nieces and my nephews, I'ma hold it down. One time for family, y'all. I don't want to get too philosophical with you guys. I think it's a natural tendency for poets to do that, so I'll try to restrict it. In this next piece, I feel like we live in a time where there's so much distractions. Social media, Instagram, Netflix. This internet thing that we have, we think it's a blessing, but sometimes it can take our attention away. So I ask you, where does your attention go? Mine was in hip-hop till the world went crazy. 1 minute you love me, the next minute you hate me. I can't take all these changes lately. This world that we live in is ironic indeed. How do we perfect computers but don't know how to lead? What's the truth? Who's the liar? You claim that he hurt you, but I am a denier. Probably the reason why you're always getting tired, which is probably the reason why you're always getting fired from the job that you hate. Look me in my face and tell me that I'm great like America again. I lost credibility. I lost all my friends. I don't want to believe that they hurt you in the end. I'm 24, but waiting for my life to begin. So I ask you, where does your attention go? Thank you. So, as much as I am a poet, I am a rapper as well. So, rap, as it developed, I think as an art form, it became a competitive type of art form at the same time. So, I can vouch for myself and probably a lot of other rappers that you get into this competitive nature. So, this next piece, it kind of gets into that. And it just shows you that writing, I don't know if it's the first time, but it's not the first time. Poetry has been competitive. There's historical evidence of poets battling it out, like, I don't know how long ago. So it goes like this. It's like, I aim to shed your tears like monsoons and crowds soon. If my lack of blackness is allowed to, I'm about to be the one I'm bound to. Astound them until they hound me. Let it be, channel spirit loudly. Fear but never doubt me. I was loud-mouthing every person I'd meet. Even when this MC felt his spirit empty, I was killing every beat, killing dreams on every street. You're like Casper if we meet. And in insecurity you retreat, converting these poems into heat. Because rap, it's a very powerful art form, but it can be competitive. It's a sport at the same time. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So I got one more for you guys. This is called Man. And I say, bummed out, worrisome, frustrated, complicated. I want this and this and that. Please remind me of who I am, 'cause I got lost again. This world keeps changing. Everything is complicated. Take my PC and smash it into pieces. I want, but I don't need this. Is inner peace just a conversation for a different time? I need to feel alive. I need to live my purpose on the surface of this earth with people I connect with. Why do you project resentment? You make my extroversion feel infantile. I'm a brilliant, stupid genius child. I'm a hateful pacifist. I'm a manic advocate of love. I'm a lame but still cool enough. My enemies and friends, I dap them up. Man, I know what I'm not supposed to do, but I still do it. I am imperfect. I do something and I stick to it. I'm trying to comprehend the beauty of the people that I see despite what I see, because there's a synergy inside of all our energies. I changed a lot, but I'm still the same. I'm so proud, but I'm so ashamed. What's life after innocence is lost with disappointment? I'm searching for the God that we rejoice with, while dealing with temptations I'm not poised with. I smell paradise, but taste poison. Am I worthy of being anointed? She loved me, but she didn't. So every day to my memories, I pay a visit of good friends and family I no longer see. It's like you don't remember me, like nothing ever happened, like I was just a chapter or a passage in your book of life. What a life, what a life. Man, thank you so much.
Guys, give it up for Yaz. Man, honestly, there's a huge rap scene here in UAE, and this guy introduced me to it, and I'm forever grateful for him for that. Do check us out at Floetry. We'll probably be hooking up another event very soon. Make sure to come and see more performances such as that one. For our next act, whenever I see someone performing in Arabic, I hold them really close, because they're such a gem. I just love seeing people performing in Arabic on stage. And today, this is going to be the first time that I see this guy perform with us. And I'm excited. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Osama.
Hello, everyone. So it's going to be in Arabic as introduced, so I'm sorry if you can't understand. It's called I'm a Martyr, so do mention me. قصيدة بعنوان شهيد أنا فاذكروني. تراني فداه وعيشي أراه بلاء بلاه غياب حلاه فرقي عساه يجيب الإله بكاء دعاه وأرض تراه كبدر حماه بحور النجوم وحلو الغيوم ورفقا فقومي بحق القدوم طريد الهموم فإن صام صومي مدام الكروم وعشق العموم أطوق لصنفي وصفي ووصفي لكل ونصفي ولمس بكفي يقوم بطيفي يروح بحتفي بعيدا فيكفي بكاء بعزفي وريم الفلا قليل القلا وعشقي سلا بعيشي بلا بكرب فلا عرفت الحلا فحني على قتيل العيون وعبد الجفون ورفقا فكوني ملاكا يروني كقس ودوني عجيب السماء فؤادي بما أعذبه يعاتبني يقول ألا تكتفي أما تسأم الشعر يرضيك ثم يجافي أما تكره القاتلات بلحن القوافي أما تأنف مضيع الحقوق أياما أراك لحق الخلائق وافي أقول أيا قلب ويب أبيك على ذا مقالك أيا قلب إني وقيس سواء ألفت بشدو القصائد بعض الدواء ويا من تحن فطنت بأن خفيه شر العلاج أيا قلب إني أرى في القصيد دواء متى اعتاده البدن لعمري يقوم بمن خانه الوسن عظيم السقام وداء بداء ويا سامعين البكاء ألا تتقرب آذانكم إلي أنا رب هذا النداء وعندي كلام كرهت لمحواه خفيا وعندي خطاب قوامه قلب تقطع جفيا وعندي لسان تناثر معناه نسيا ألا تسمعوني شهيد أنا فاذكروني شهيد بحب ملاك رأى في تصديه عني قليلا من الظن إن صلاحي يكون إذا أقبلت بالظنون شهيد أنا فاذكروني وقصوا علي من الكلم المتطاير لفظه أكاذيبكم تراتيلكم أناشيدكم لعلي أرى عندكم بعض سم لحزني فيحيي قتيلا بقتل الشجن وأرجو من الله أن تعذروني فما لي لجام لأمري فوالله إن الشديد بي قد وهن. شهيد أنا فاذكروني، وغنوا علي أهازيجكم بلحن الكنار الحنون. صباحا على ضفة النهر يشدو يلحن شجو الصبا للهواء وأرض وماء وصبح كاد يمحي عبيق مساء. كذلك يجدو على عاشق فكل محب كثير الغصون. وغنوا علي أهازيجكم وحاكوا بما تعزفون صياح المنادي بسوق الدواهي، وحاكوا ضجيج التفات رحى الموت دائم. وفلتتجمل جميلتكم مغنية الأغنية بصوت عذول ولائم. أرى اتحد اللحن إذ بات فردا، أرى اتحد اللحن إذ بات فردا، ولا أبصر اللون إلا ظلاما كئيبا. تخبط عندي دليل الحياة، وكيف أعيش بدون مليكة قلبي، وكيف أقاتل ذاتا بذاتي. شهيد أنا فاذكروني، فلينوا علي بدمع وبل الجفون. شهيد فأوفوا بحق الشهادة، ثلاث من الله أكبر علي أنا على روح من في الهوى ملهف. ورابعة كبروها عليها، فإن جمال فتاتي بدون إقامة ذكر المصور لا يوصف. وبات شعوري وليد النبي، وبات شعوري وليد النبي، ألا إنه بلا وطن ولا دار، ولا هو بصادق قول ولا للأكاذيب فار. وإني أحاصره فيغلبني كمن ضاع حقه في رد ثار. شهيد أنا فاذكروني، ويا ريم إن مت في بدني فقد مت قبل الممات. ألا هان موت يردي قتيلا بلا سهم عيناك. وإن مت فيما أصاب فؤادي أنا خالد في المراثي. شهيد أنا فاذكروني، شهيد أنا فاذكروني. شكرا.
Wow. Amazing. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Osama. By the way, guys, I just want to let you know that all these performances are being recorded and they will be up on our YouTube channel if you want to relive some of the moments that are happening here on stage. And this brings me to the next act. I've met this girl very recently. She is a bundle of joy and energy. I've never seen her perform before, and I'm really excited as well. Not at all. But yeah, let's see. Alicia Knowles, everyone, please.
How do I work this thing? Okay, let's hope I don't disappoint you. Okay, the first piece I'm gonna do is about heartbreak because I should just go with Donnabella's brand. It's fairly explanatory, you'll get it when you hear it. Without the alphabet, a poet would be nothing. Letters build words, and words are strung together like crystal beads wrapped around our throats. It was pointed out to me that I give the letter X too much attention. I cannot say his name anymore. He has assumed his position in the alphabet and has been dwindled down to a single letter, X. When you are young, they teach you the meaning of each letter. A is for apple, B is for boy, C is for cat. You can see where this is going. But as we get older, we learn different meanings for life. We find out these letters stand for things that sometimes we don't like to say out loud. Like A is for appreciation, or in my case, lack of. B is still for boy because he never quite became a man. C is for cheating, the reason this poem even began. D, doubt, I don't know who he is anymore. E, effort, we have stopped talking or listening or both. We are so damn frustrated, but I can't understand what gives him the right to be frustrated. G, insert her name here. H, hatred. I don't know who I hate more, her, him, or me. I, ignorance, the blind eye, keep turning, pretending I don't see his true colors. J, job, his true passion and primary concern, a place that allows him to forget me. K, knowledge, they say that it is power, but I know that it is just L, lonely. He can't look at me. M, mirror. I can't look at myself. N, insert his name here. O, optimistic, still holding on to the belief that we will work. P, pessimistic, losing faith that we will work. Q, questions mainly like why and why. R is for the reasons I will never get. Just S, smile. Not everyone around us needs to know what he did. T, trust, it is lost. I have looked everywhere. U is for understanding, and I am trying to understand, but he can't understand why I'm hurt. V, vexed, like tired, like exhausted, like I have to W, walk away. Although I do not want to, although I do love him, but I've realized that he does not know what love is. X is what I'm left with. 6.5 years in the letter X has been burned onto my heart as if to say this area is void. Do not enter. Proceed at your own risk. Why? For the years that will go by before his memory is able to fade, before this heart fully heals and is able to lay out a welcome mat again. Z. I don't know what Z means yet, but I know that God has to have a plan. Thank you, guys. Did I live up to your expectations? Thank you, guys. Thank you. The second piece I'm going to do is a little bit more personal, but a lot more lighthearted. They used to call me Mochaccino baby. Already? Okay. They used to call me Mochaccino baby. Half Mexican, half white, raised black. They used to say I was a catch, call me charismatic chameleon, say I could be whatever I wanted to be. They used to lie. See, I cannot be whatever I want to be when I do not know who I am. I can say my name perfectly. Mi nombre es Alicia Medina Nos, but that is as far as my Spanish goes. And I know every word to every Police song, and most of the brown people in this room will not know who that is. And every lyric to every Tupac rap, and most of the white people in this room will know California Love. My tongue does not know who she belongs to. My heart belongs to it all. But how do I explain to you that my roots run deep in a culture that is not representative of my skin color? I know what the 40 sounds like hitting the pavement. I know how to season the salsa perfectly. I also pair everything with mayonnaise. See, if you meet me in the office, you'll mistake me for never known another culture. If you meet my biological father, or my sister's father, or the stepfather who raised me, you will be confused. I know I am. And when my language morphs to fit each one of these situations, you will be scared. Call it fake, or call it chameleon, or call my tongue unfaithful, but I've never known anything else. Never been white enough to belong to them, never been brown enough to belong to them, so I've decided to only belong to myself. Stop explaining why my accent changes like that. Stop explaining that he is my stepfather. Stop explaining why I was never taught my biological father's language. My life is not an apology, and I'm not sorry. I will not say that I do not see color, but I was raised to appreciate it, to love it, to know that the rainbow lives in my bones, to know they loved me enough to teach me everything they knew, but they did not teach me this. How to live with an identity so big, it's a hard pill for people to swallow. They did teach me that I do not need to be palatable. She told me, be kind. He told me, siempre tienes familia aquí. You will always have family here. He told me, just be the best Alicia you can be. Thank you, guys.
Bravo, Alicia. You know, I knew she was going to be good. I know what she was talking about. Why did I invite you? All right. For our next act, see, one of the joys that I have from doing this is the fact that I get to meet people. And these people become really close friends of mine. And there's a really good example right here in our next performer. Please put your hands together for Namal Siddiqui.
Yeah.
That's my friend!
Hi! So nervous, guys. Okay. I usually write about like traffic jams and elevators, but today I'm going to talk about love. So, all right. So the first one. My throat. Okay. Yes. All right. Life is a rush. There is so much to do in all that it offers. Most days I don't even look at the mirror or the face reflecting back at me. And some days I stop and stare. A good, deep, hollow look and fill it up with lots of love. I wake up early, going to bed the last night, thinking of the coffee and a hot takeaway cup I'll have the next morning. I drive to work, listening to music on repeat, awake to the thoughts in my head and blind to the roads I'm on. I get to work and there's no stopping me. I am a beast who doesn't stop until she's captured her prey. I fill my afternoons with meaningful conversations with like-minded people. I have a second cup of coffee after lunch if life tastes too bland. The clock strikes 6 and I rush again. I've got to make it to my workout class because the trainer is adorable. And I am motivated, so I run, I lift, I huff, I pant, I tell myself, just don't stop. And before you know it, it is time to feed the stomach and the soul, so I read until I fall into sleep, and historically, I have no dreams, you see, except for the alarming ones, the ones that I remember and never forget. So, and in all of this, in this rush of life, it takes me only 1 second to realize this one fact that is no longer, what? Oh my God. That is not a blessing in disguise, but in the subtle nuances of my life. So yes, for one inconsequential second, I realized this one fact that no longer exists, that is a blessing not in disguise, but in the subtle nuances of my life. So yeah, I forgot, yeah. Terrible. This was the fun part, but yes. Yes. And in all of this, in this rush of life, it takes me only 1 second to realize this one fact that no longer exists, that is a blessing not in disguise, but in the subtle nuances of my life. So yes, for one inconsequential second, I realized that I have forgotten how to miss you. Thank you. Okay. Now I'm gonna, read it out, whatever. So this is the second one. It's been only less than 24 hours since we had any kind of one-on-one communication. Most of it you speaking, and the rest of it me speechless. See, it is the art of speaking that you know so well that is different from the way I speak. Little glitches here and there in the English language, but additions and connotations of your own mother tongue that define you, that identify you. If not all, then some part of who you are. See, I've always struggled with language. Because I've been a natural writer and being taught 3 languages at one time, I had to pick one to think my thoughts in. I chose English, and it overpowered the other languages. It took the power of thought away from my mother tongue, Urdu, and therefore the effect its culture had on me in many ways. Not completely, but enough for me to struggle. How could I identify myself with a language so beautiful and poetic, so traditional and elegant? There's a sense of command there. I struggle maybe because I'm away from the origin of it, but also because English was easy. I could self-study, I could throw myself into books and navigate the meaning to words and sentences with common sense. An English dictionary was easily accessible. The movies, the songs, the signboards, the pop culture, the expats, the pursuit of a common language. How could I not think in English? Maybe Urdu needed more than common sense. Did it need wisdom? Did it need the uncommon sense, or did it just need attention? Don't even ask about Arabic. I just want to be Arabic. Born and raised, I say always. Read and write, I can. Speak, not so much I can. Think too in its cultural context, I can, but it wasn't easy. It required effort, time, and dedication. Is that how easy English was then? That I had to put none of the above requirements into action? Do I digress? No, the point really is that English comes easy to me. My thoughts come in English. They float, and even when they struggle, they do finally arrive. Somewhere in the corners of my mind, at the tip of my tongue, whispers in my breath, chaos received by my notebook. But then I see you, and I lose my words. I lose my thoughts. I forget all the things I think of saying that I thought of saying to you 1,000 times. Speak, I must. Speak to you or just speak up. But my God, words become a nuisance. The thing I love to do becomes less loved. Because when you speak in your heavily accented English with a look in your eyes so gentle that it feels foreign yet familiar, like I've read about in books but never witnessed in real life, graced with a smile that melts the iciest of hearts, I, lover of words and punctuation, hopelessly, deliriously, become speechless. But maybe silence is a cliff, the edge of which I hang from, waiting to be saved. Maybe silence is a thought, the confines of which quiet me, waiting to be articulated. Maybe silence is a punctuation for all the things never said, waiting to be said. Hear me out, will you? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Namal. By the way, just like how I mentioned, we do have a poetry podcast called The Poetryhood, and I think it was the second episode. I had sat down with Namal and we talked for a whole hour about poetry and other stuff. So if you'd like to hear more of Namal and her thoughts on poetry, please do check it out. Guys, a shout out for Hind Shofani over here, who runs The Poeticians. She does amazing work. She has an awesome poetry film that she recorded in Lebanon very recently. Dropped my jaw. It was absolutely sublime. Do speak to her if she's around. So for the next act, I'm going to introduce someone who has been part of the Poetryhood, in and out, but since day one, there, performing, moderating, helping, and hosting workshops, actually. Also, another dear friend of mine that I made through poetry, and a lot of you will recognize her. Her name is Farah Shamma. Please, make some noise for Farah Shamma.
Hey, marhaba. Hi. So I performed this piece at the Desert Stanzas, the event we had with the Lit Fest in the desert. And after it, I had two lovely, angry fathers telling me, "What did you do to our daughters? They do not want to get married anymore." My mother, Sahar al-Khuffash, started writing a couple of years ago when she started doing Facebook. You know how mothers are on Facebook. Yeah. But she discovered that she writes beautifully. And she published a book 2 years ago. She's working on the second one. And I wrote this piece to provoke her, to annoy her. Because she's one of these lovely mothers who always looks at you and says, عقبالك يا ماما تتزوجي أشوفك عروسة. Which is very cute, but very annoying. So I hope I see you married one day. So I sent her a voice note, literally. It's in Arabic, of course, in Palestinian, of course, because I want to annoy her. And she did respond. She did respond with another poem. She's not here today to perform it with me. We usually do it together. But this is my side of the story. So إذا زعلتوا مني أهل أنا آسفة بس رح أهرب أول ما أخلص. طيب ححاول أطبل كمان. كتير زنخة هي بس القصيدة. ومش راح أتزوج يما ومش راح أجيب أولاد ولا راح أتطلق يما ونفس القصص تنعاد ومش راح أتزوج يما ومش راح أجيب أولاد ولا راح أتطلق يما ونفس القصص تنعاد. أيوة مش راح أتزوج يما ومش راح أجيب أولاد ولا راح أتطلق يما نفس القصص تنعاد. مش راح تفرحي فيي حتى لو اسمي فرح ويمكن تحزني كل ما هالموضوع ينطرح بس بوعدك يما راحة البال بوعدك يما راحة البال لأنه مش حيكون عندنا نسايب نتخانق معاهم ولا مهر ولا مقدم ولا مأخر نركض وراهم ولا حماتي ولا حماي يضلوا ملزقين فيه ولا حما ولا حمو تجمعوا تلاحموا ولا حما ولا حمو تجمعوا تلاحموا. الزف الليلة عحسابي مع أصحابي وأحبابي ورح تلاقوا بين إيديكم كتاب شعر أو نثر لما أكتب كتابي. بفضل دار النشر على دار نشر العرض وبفضل إنه الحب يكون سنة مش فرض وبفضل إني أضل بعيدة عن العزايم والنميمة حكي 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 كتير أصلا كله بلا قيمة. ما تخافي علي من الوحدة يما ما الحبايب كتار وليش أخلف لو الأيتام مليين الدار وبعدين الأمومة مش لكل حدا ماما. في أمهات عندها رحم بس ما عندها رحمة. الأمومة مش لكل حدا ماما. في أمهات عندها رحم بس ما عندها رحمة. والأمومة موهبة زي الموسيقى والشعر. فعشان هيك مش راح أتزوج يما مش راح أجيب ولاد ولا راح أتطلق يما ونفس القصص تنعاد. في أهل زعلانين شكلهم شايفتكم. طيب the next one القصيدة الجاي اسمها بارانويا. ولما كتبت هالقطعة so I think I'm going to speak in Arabic and a bit of English. I'm a bit confused after Namal spoke. See, I feel the same. I lost all the languages now. I wrote this piece at a time when I was paranoid, like many of us are. I had a lot of different questions and voices in my head, and I was genuinely scared when I wrote it. And after writing it and sending it to one of my dear friends, Ala, he responded to me to calm me down in another poem. And Ala is here today, and I will call him up on stage so that we can have this actual dialogue of how to calm paranoia down somehow. Ala. لن يبقى منهم أحدا سيأخذهم الموت واحدا تلو الآخر. عندها سأتمكن من تقبيل كل الأفواه التي لطالما اشتهيت تقبيلها وسأحرق كل التماثيل. سأنتشي أمام الجمع وسأضحك وسأقول مات فلان الفلاني وماتت فلانة الفلانية ومات ذلك الرجل اللعين وتلك الامرأة اللعينة. يا لسعادتي تحرر جسدي من أعينهم وألسنتهم. لن أترك الأماكن مرغمة بعد اليوم. لن أختبئ وراء الحائط. سأنتظر موتهم لأبدأ بالعيش.
مخطئة يا صديقتي. أحقا ظننت أنهم سيموتون؟ مخطئة يا صديقتي، فالموت أبعد عنهم ما يكون. هم كالغبار في الجو منتشرون. هم أكثر من يراقبك بجنون. فحتى في غيابهم هم موجودون، بأفكارهم، بأعينهم، بألسنتهم، بحقدهم، بغيرتهم، بنفاقهم، بتلونهم هم موجودون. فكفاك وهما يا صديقتي، وافتحي عينيك جيدا، وافتحي قلبك وعيشي. عيشي يومك كما تريدين أنت، لا كما يريدون. قبلي من شئت أن تقبلي، وانتشي واضحكي ولا تبالي. كوني من تكوني، بثيابك، بجسدك، بصوتك العالي. كوني أنت الحائط أمامهم، كوني المكان من حولهم، كوني الحياة رغم أنفهم. عيشي ودعيهم عن موتهم يبحثون.
شكرا. رح أترككم هلأ مع علاء. I will leave you with this wonderful poet. شكرا.
Thank you Farah, thank you Jamil, thank you Poetryhood and Emirates Festival of Literature. قصيدة بعنوان سجين النفس. حكاية خيالية فاشلة، قصة حب لم تكتمل، ذكريات ناقصة، عبوات فارغة، وبضع أشياء أخرى مرمية هنا وهناك. وأنا أدقق النظر في تمزقات هذا الكرسي، أسمع صوت قطرات الماء، أشم رائحة الدخان. لا أشعر بالجو من حولي، فقدت الإحساس بالمكان، بالوجود. كأنني معلق بين بعدين مختلفين، كأنني الفاصل بين الأمس واليوم، كأنني أنا بدون ذاتي، كأنني الروح صعدت والجسد باقي، كأن الزمان توقف بعد أن تعب مني ومن محاولاتي ومن جميع أفكاري وترهاتي. مشهد بتلك الكآبة يلاحقني، يحاول تذكيري بكل ما كان، ثم يطلب مني العفو عني، وكأنني سجين نفسي. أعيش بين ألواح وهمية تعزلني عن بشاعة الخارج. أدخل معه في حوار عميق، حوار فلسفي تاريخي ديني وأخلاقي، حوار يجردنا من كل زيف، نبحث فيه عن حقيقة أنفسنا، نبحث فيه عن حقيقة الأشياء، عن حقيقة أنفسنا، بل عن حقيقة نفسي. فما هو إلا أنا، رغم إنكاري وتجاهلي، ما هو إلا أنا. تعب الزمان من الزمان ومني، تعبت من الزمان ومني، تعبت من كثرة الأفكار، تعبت من كل الأحاسيس، لأنني في النهاية ما أنا إلا سجين نفسي. شكرا.
Thank you so much, Ala. Please, round of applause for Ala once again. And I love that combo. You and Farah should definitely write more poetry replies to each other. Fun fact about Ala, he is the founder of a food truck called Cheezel. So if you're ever looking, sometimes you just need some cheese in your life, whether it's in food or corny poems as well. So, great. So for our next act, this guy is a multifaceted performer, actor, He identifies himself as an African American Muslim, and a lot of his performances are revolving around that. You'll catch him performing in Abu Dhabi with Rooftop Rhythms, shout out to them. You'll catch him performing in Muscat with Flow, shout out to them. And you'll catch him performing in Dubai with the Poetryhood, shout out to them. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my man, Hakeem Kemet.
Hey. Let me take you through my thought process, a core progression like Coltrane's giant steps. When my mind gets hectic, at times falling prey to the stress, my thought selection hex and vex, grasping for clarity, what's next? Feeling like I'm trying to catch just the right molecule, spinning tight, in a stream with hella pike, whack artists getting tight, off but I spit on mics, plain truth that hit you right in your core progression. I know you feel it, right? How y'all doing tonight? Assalamu alaikum. Hakeem Kemet, and I'm gonna just go into it. You black, like me. Achi, you get flack like me. When they see you, you're a threat just like me, but you don't see us as the same? You black, like me, following prophets with the same complexion as me, so we both close to divine. See, in Islam, skin color don't matter. It's all about the deen. But in this world, it's a complex issue and the mindset is mean. Perspectives of white being enough to motivate someone to take to topical cream, hoping to change the topic from being brown to simply seeing one's being. I mean, yani. You see what I'm seeing? You ever notice how we both like to rhyme? Whether spoken word, the rap game, or reciting Quran, and your poets are just as dope as mine. My Biggie and Pac are your Rumi and Abu Tamam. Yours happen to be a little bit older, but that's fine. In both cases, our tongues give way to expressions of the human mind and experiences and God. We got juice, and y'all got wasta. And we both got macaroni dudes, imposters, and we both trying to get high. Whether building a skyline or building a skyline, a race above and a past in a world where those things matter. People telling us that you have to have the Nissan Patrol or the latest J's, trying to impress people 23 different ways, when we know in our hearts we'll be judged differently come the end of days. Wallah. We get so caught up like Usher, just trying to muster enough respect from someone else, but that's what's taking away our luster. We have more than enough for us to push everything else aside and become what Allah intended man to be. Walk out Sirat al-Mustaqim, whether Saudi, Iraqi, Emirati, Ghanaian, Zimbabwean, and Sudanese. We can bring the world to its knees. Have them trying to please Allah, praying right next to you and me. It's so simple, I can't believe you don't see. We both got trouble treating our women right. We call women hoes and there's malada yusuzai. Our women are exposed and with niqab you can only see the eyes, but if someone talks about our mama, we'll be quick to hurt them, right? Both obsessed with being rich, driving fancy whips. Like we ain't seen money before. We all new to this. We give it to everyone but ourselves. Not even thinking about our kids, not building any wealth. Doing by our own short-sightedness, but what about righteousness? Salih Salam told us how to live. Like every day's our last and like you'll live forever. Give the shirt off your back to those in need. Teach our daughters how to read. Want what you have for your brother. Let's follow hadith and sunnah and our jihad for dunya. Empathy and humility are the only ways to unite our ummah. Real recognize real. You black like me. Make my fight yours and we'll do the same. Let's see the world in a whole different way. Thank you. I wrote that after being here for like 2 months. By all means, sir. So the next piece that I'll be doing, this is one of my personal favorite pieces. It's probably actually my absolute favorite piece that I've written. It's called Soul. There's a reason it's called soul. We take the pain and put it into the process like the blues of food. Using our spirit to paint the picture, connecting with the universal groove so we never quite fit in to the world of men. Always behind in the race to the top dollar, but at the end of the day, it's apparent we'll win top honors because the first will be last and the last will be first, and what would you rather have? the heavens, or the earth. For now, we got soul. Wary of claiming covenant with God, assuring access to heaven, we compete with indigenous people and Jews for whose straws are shorter. A slow, painful race of the masochistic macabre, meekly miring in the sorrow of this world at the promise of a posthumous prize for our faith. We hope and pray and wait, bated breath, expectant at the outcome of our collective fate, because there's still milk and honey and eternal bliss on level 1 of the 7. That's why it's called soul. The reason mothers and grandmothers and aunties and cousins tell us to seek justice rather than revenge, even when their sons and daughters are stolen from them, whether by a misguided soul in their own community, whether by a misguided soul in their own community or a corrupted cops protected by sadistic state immunity. They know there's more to be lost when you take rather than forgiving, that we should be cautious of the hate we give little infants and children. They advise with an eye towards peace and harmony in the realm beyond the living. The same reason young men who've only known struggle and death never leave the house without a cross around their neck, or saying the Lord's Prayer while loading up a tech. To live in the womb of a world that despises and rebukes you is a harrowing test. That's why it's called soul. So we pray for you, lay hands on you, feed you, nourishing body and spirit in silence, lest wanton words bring tears to the eyes. We place our trust in the plants and herbs and berries and juices provided us on this earth, as if akin to the sun-kissed skin that adorns our flesh, or if melanin was a physical evidence of the touch of God's breath. No, we are not quiet. We hoop and holler and shout and dance and sing his praises. We huddle together in his houses, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, foot to foot, heart to heart, even if sometimes out of pure desperation. That's why we're most imitated, Grammy nominated, hotel accommodated, barbershop player hated. All of y'all bootlegged it, but we know who made it. And that's why it's called soul. So we sometimes find ourselves trapped on earth the same way our spirits are trapped in our bodies. Painfully aware of our temporal mortality, we don't need the laws of man to understand morality or what it means to be free. Above and beyond it all, we believe. Our place on earth is far less important than holy humility. We're trying to live life in the sight of God's memory. That's why it's called soul. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hakeem. Guys, give it up for Hakeem once more. All right, so for our next act, we've got a man who does a lot for the community. He runs an initiative called Folk, giving a space and a platform for rappers and hip-hop artists to perform and to do their thing. He also has something that's really cool. I think it's awesome. It's called Watar Podcast. And he sits down and speaks to some of the brightest artists in the Arab world. Everyone, please put your hands together for Suhaib Al-Asas.
Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing tonight? Y'all are sleepy as hell. How y'all doing tonight? A little better. All right, cool. All right. Appreciate you, bro. All right, here we go. I said, I'm dyeing myself with colors of blood, starring red. It's a bed. Instead, I just lay on my forehead, expecting to lend my heart, brain, and soul to people I can't forget. They live with me day and night, waking me up out of bed. Am I alive? A question for rent. If you can't pay your debt, I was born to live, but bred to die. And if my dreams are not nightmares, I guess I will survive. You see, that's the problem. You snap out of rhythm. I snap out of conscience. My Lord, hence I walk like a sniper. Without this useless gun, there's no ink in the ammo. But they asked me, what's your name? And I said, I'm O, in numerical context. Now watch this. This mic is not broken. This is the magic of silence in a conflict. I'm a loud trick. I expose my words and fears and nonsense. Now watch this. My hands has always been tied behind my back, and if I break free, I swear to God, Palestine is going to be the next target. Alhamdulillah. So I tell them, shoot the shoulder first and then the leg. People will lean on my other shoulder and I'll stand still. All I need is one piece of bread to live. I'll just wipe the blood off for myself, and I'm waiting for you to shed a tear. But do you think I give up? I was chilling in the sand, laying out of breath. Dead, that is. The harder it gets, the darker the glimpse of hope. It's still there, though. If I'm alive, I'm loving it. You know what? I'm McDonald's in a farm. One more time. I'm McDonald's in a farm. Hold on. We're not going to take it that far. I said, my grandfather had a farm. Gone. Let's play. If you recognize the beat or the song, cheer along. رجع لبلاده بعد غربة صعبة كتير، رجع بعد حرب لأن شهته بتسرح فيه، لا أكل زي الناس ولا النوم نوم الهنا، آخر مرة اتغدى كانت لما الغربة تعشت فيه، تعبان تقيل نفسه ضايع مش فاهم اللي بصير، عم بيهلك سؤاله أرجع ولا أضل بعيد، أعيد والله العظيم صارت صعبة قطعت وعد للحج والحجة إنه رح أصير لأنه جو غريب ريحة الخريف قاعدة عالرصيف، برسم كلمات على ورق خايف كل الحبر يضيع، ايدي لسه ما بترج فسهل اني احكي لك قصة، لانه قصتي علقت بسنة 48. الو هلا يمه كيف حال الدنيا برا؟ انا كويس لا مش عم بعيط ومش مشتاق للصفرة، كيف الناس والهوايات؟ انا ماشي الحال الحمد لله، راجع لك زي ما بدك يا ستي واحسن من بكرة يما لا تخافيش، بدنا نصبر نتمهل بس دعواتك وكله بيمشي والامور تتسهل، ما احنا شلنا الجمل بما حمل والحمل تقيل، بس دعواتك وكله بيمشي والامور تتسهل، يمكن ما كان لازم اسكر كان تغير الحال، بلوم حالي لانه لسه كلامها بيسرح على البال، مش عم بنام صار لي بالضبط 3 ايام ومن لما سكرت الخط روحي طلعت وجسمي مات، احلام اوهام برجع بسمع اخبار يمكن بنهار يرجع يترمم كل النهار، افتح فويس نوتس بعتتها افتح صور والبومات يمكن يحيي اللي قلبه مات تحت الانقاض، جو غريب ريحة الخريف قاعدة عالرصيف، برسم كلمات على ورق خايف كل الحبر يضيع، ايدي لسه ما بترج فسهل اني احكي لك قصة، لانه كلامي معلق بسنة 48. رجع على بلاده بعد غربة صعبة كتير، رجع بعد حرب عند أهله طالت سنين، لا أكل زي الناس ولا النوم نوم الهنا، آخر مرة اتغدى كانت لما الغربة تعشت فيه، تعبان تقيل نفسه ضايع دموع بتسيل، شهادته بلها بالهم بعد ما شاف الدم بالنيل، تركته أمه فوق الأرض وهي نزلت مع أبوه، دفوا حالهم تحت التراب وتركوه وما حدا نطرنا. شكرا.
Wow. Thank you so much, Suhaib. Man, that was like a very good taste of what Poetry would be like. Like that's such a, you just encapsulated it of exactly what we're trying to achieve with that event. So you're coming to our event next time, man. You gotta be there. All right. So for our next act, man, this guy came up out of nowhere. We were hosting an event at the Apple store and he just raised his hand and he's like, can I perform? After everyone finished their performances and everyone's just looking at each other like, yeah, sure, you can come on. And then he just came on and he blew everyone's mind. Everyone just kept coming to me, hey, who was that guy? Who was that guy? Who was that guy? And you know what I told them? I told them his name is Maher Gudwani. Everyone, please put your hands together for Maher.
هريوم Jai Julelal, everyone. My name is Mahir. I'm Indian, in case you couldn't put that together. Now I'm quite young, as you can also put together. But a lot of my poems do revolve around love, but it isn't necessarily about my experiences with it as much as it is about what I think it should be. So this is what the first one's about. My heart beats less frequently than the number of thoughts that I have about you, as my heart beats your name into my mind, and your name gets engraved on my arteries, so you literally flow through me. It's crazy how you make everything around you move more slowly, but you make my heart beat faster. It's strange how you make everything feel like it matters. You have my heart booming, beaming, beating breathlessly in some strange effort to impress you. You have my heart opening up itself, trying to have you within itself because you are its purpose. I'm not trying to make y'all nervous, but I'm trying to have the love that will render everybody else's a circus. The only way to catch up is if you were delirious. I'm not trying to have this be some sort of odd magnetic diss, but I'm trying to explain to you what real love is. And I'm going to tell you that I want love. I want everything that goes with it. I want the yelling, the telling her that she is beautiful, but so much more than that simultaneously. I want the anger, the cacophony, the tragedy, the discord of knowing her pain, whether it be from her enemies that may be manly. Man, we would warn walkers walking willingly without purpose of our existence, filling them with inadequacy. I'm trying to have that love that makes everybody else's stories seem like it never happened. I don't want a story. I want the story. I don't want some sort of strange equivalence to what should be right. I want us to redefine what is right. And I'm not sure how exactly it is I'm supposed to end up there, but I know how I'm going to get there. Now, there's a little part of this that I want to do in Hindi, because I've heard a lot of Arabic poetry tonight, so I figured, and I've been told that my Hindi is very whitewashed, but that's, small costs. Mujhe nahi jeena hai aapke saath aur fir aapke bina. I don't want to have to be the person that breaks down because you were never there. You see, in Urdu or Hindi, tofa means gift, and tufan means tornado. How fitting that they sound so similar, because you are both. I am in love with my language, but only because of its ability to say things that I would never be able to say in English. There's this word in this language that my family speaks called Sindhi, and the word is sweni. Sweni means beautiful, but it also means more than that. It means perfect. It means madness, but in a way that I can fall in love with. It means magical, but also ravishing. It means you are my life's purpose, and I am ready to be here for you. And it's all in one word, because Sindhi is a language of poets. It's the language that my ancestors spoke to each other, and I am proud of that. Thank you. This next poem, it's more parentally approved in that it's not about love. It doesn't talk about these concepts that I'm not supposed to talk about. It talks about equilibrium. So equilibrium, it describes a state where forces have united because their fight did nothing for them, each being a little bit less of themselves to accommodate the other there together. They had to lose themselves within each other to be tethered, identities lost without the others to build a sense of community. The sense of longing they've been longing for, which feels familiar. Have any of you had to give up who you are to be accepted in a society that only wants perfectly molded creations that fit their idea of beauty or intelligence? People telling you you're not intelligent because you can't perform overcomplicated formulas you may never need, for choosing your sleep and your stability over your homework, for choosing the things that make you happy over the tasks that you were assigned, for lacking diligence when working without passion, for engaging in dissonance you will be treated like the words you speak are insolence. Have all of you had to face that degree of ignorance? Overcompensating for something you didn't even realize you would be expected to want to be, fighting to be who you are in a world that isn't ready for you. But you're going to break through anyway. Because when we do not find things that will inspire us, we will become them for those that come after. And when we do not fit molds, we will shatter them. Our fight stretches across all countries, boundaries, races, beliefs, and genders, because I see equilibrium as acceptance. Accepting the conversion of our ideologies, accepting that the things around us are as they are, and simply conforming. I see equilibrium as acceptance, but I'm not ready to accept this. Thank you. Yeah, that's it. So, Jai Julelal, Hari Om, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, and goodbye everyone. My name is Mahir Gidwani, the Sindhi man on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Cindy Man. All right, for our next performer, we have yet another Arabic performance coming up, and I'm excited to see this guy. And honestly, every time we have an event, I'm always happy to have new people, to get introduced to them and experience new poetry. And this is my first time ever seeing Ahmed perform. Please put your hands together for Ahmed Nizar. By the way, also a round of applause for everyone here. I can feel the vibe is really nice and amazing. Make some noise for yourselves.
Thank you, Jamil. Thank you for this great opportunity, and thank you all for being here. Actually, this piece is about a beautiful lady and her love story with her hometown, actually. And she's here in the audience, but she said she'll kill me if I pointed at her, so forgive me. يقولون أن الأماكن تزهو فقط بحضور أهلها، فما لي أرى شمس عمان تغرب باكرا. أيعقل أنها تفتقدك حد الحزن، أم أنك تفتقدين عمان حد الألم؟ هل قررت المجيء فشوارع عمان اشتاقت لخطواتك، وكل ما فيها يحن للقياك. عدي على أصابع اليدين ما يلي: سماؤها، هواؤها، أرصفتها، بائع الغاز، شرطي المرور الغاضب، صاحب البسطة عند ناصية الطريق، كلهم يحنون إلى لقياك، حتى أعمدة الإنارة اشتاقت إلى ظلك. غريبة يا عمان، فقد مر عليك الإغريق والرومان والبيزنطيون والأمويون، ولم تكترثي لحضورهم ولا حتى لرحيلهم. ثم أتت فتاة يا دام عزها من بلاد الياسمين، خطفت أنفاسك. أميرة دمشقية أتت لتختصر كل تلك السنين في عينيها، أتت لتجمع كل تلك الحضارات بابتسامتها، أتت لتعكس لون التوت في أحمر شفاهها، أتت لتذيب الفضة في أحرف اسمها، أتت لتفسر جنون الشعر في غمازتيها، أتت لتعتلي عرشك الذهبي، وبكل دكتاتورية أصدرت مرسوما أميريا أعلنتك فيه عاصمة لقلبها، ثم رحلت. فأمسيت تحزنين شوقا لها وتبكي سماؤك شوقا لها وتذبل أزهارك شوقا لها. ما السر يا ترى؟ ليتني أكتشف سر هذا العشق العميق بينها وبينك. أيعقل للمدن أن تعشق، أن تشتاق، أن تحزن، أن تبكي تماما كالبشر؟ غريبة يا عمان، أجبيني، ما السر؟ أفيك أم فيها؟ شكرا. The next piece is about the beautiful city of Dubai, and it's written in the traditional language or the traditional accent of Emiratis, which is called Sharon Abbate. أقول لا صرت دبي ينجلي عني الضيق حتى قلبي من هواها تمايل. كأن حبيبتي ساكنة في دبي أو إنها قلبي في دبي وهي فيه ساكنة. يقولون الدرب طويل لدار الحي وأنا أقول خل عنكم ذي السالفة. يوم أمسك الدرب وأدوس شوي أحس بشي يقصر المسافة. كأن الشوق لحبيبتي يقرب دبي أو إن دبي هي اللي تشتاقها. والله لو خيروني بين لندن ودبي لقلهم دبي ثقلت بميزانها. ثقلت لأن أبو راشد ينور الحي وفزاع يلمع في سما دارها. سلامتكم.
Thank you, Ahmed. This was definitely the first time we heard Sharon Abbate on the Poetryhood on Al Hayy Al-Shari. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much.
For our next performance, we have someone coming all the way from New York. He's Colombian American, and I had the privilege of sitting down and speaking to him on the podcast recently. This guy is full of insight about poetry, spoken word, performance, mentorship. I honestly learned a lot from him in this, I would say, brief interaction. I wish it could be longer. But please put your hands together for my friend, Carlos Andres Gomez.
Give it up for all the poets who've come up tonight. If you're proud of who you are and where you come from, make some noise. So in a city like Dubai that is so vibrantly multicultural, more than 200 nationalities present, there is a beautiful, open-hearted curiosity that I feel like accompanies or foregrounds the question, where are you from, right? I think of just today the conversations I've had that have been the doors that have opened with that question. A gentleman I met from Kenya, a gentleman from Pakistan, a gentleman from Jordan, a woman from Iraq, right? In the United States right now, and in particular the last 3 years, the political climate and context that often accompanies that question is not so well intentioned. Does that make sense? For those of you who have any idea what's happening in the US right now. And so this poem is my response to many of the questions I've received emerging from that context. And this is called Where Are You Really From? It goes like this. The man's words to me are not offered but flung. So what are you? Where are you from? I say, New York. But your name is Carlos. I mean, where are you really from? I say, New York. Bueno, yo soy Latino. Mi padre es colombiano. Mi madre es estadounidense. Nací in New York City. I lived in 4 countries, moved 12 times, went to 12 schools before I graduated high school. Is not what I would say in 12,341 years because I don't know a darn thing to anyone. What am I? What am I? A financial aid form? A vegan red velvet cupcake recipe? Dude discovers his first Latino with green eyes and suddenly appoints himself the authority on Latinidad. Like, but you totally don't look Mexican. Oh, Colombian. Like, what percentage are you? Do you speak it though? Fluently? Dance salsa well? Oh, but not both parents. You've been there, but not lived there. So you weren't born there. Yeah, I'm not a government questionnaire. I'm not an anecdote for your homogenous social gathering, your homogenous friends. I know everyone you hang out with looks like you, has a name you are able to pronounce and or share and or sounds pulled directly from an episode of Leave It to Beaver. Here's the deal. Latin America is not just Mexico. Actually pronounced Mexico, pero whatever. Central America is not part of South America, and Mexican is still not a language. The question, where are you from in our current America, is a slur disguised with a question mark. A passive-aggressive microaggression saying you are other, saying you are not from here, saying you are not nor will ever be one of us, saying go back to where you came from. But I am from a place beyond place. A place where once you're from there, you can never leave. Because it exists beyond dirt and flesh, beyond your linear and limited concept of time. I am from bloodlines unkillable as water. I am the return that is only earned when absence has stretched its greedy void across a passage, as stoic and sacred as Nabuela's hard-edged love. I am my black and Latina daughter's grace. Chimered into the cobalt pulse of these once too often fists, I am a boy. Without a word of English in his mouth, in a Catholic school classroom in South Florida, his son on a stage in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, at the Emirates Airlines Festival of Literature, 59 years later tonight, reading this poem for him. I am the steady ray of light, unlocking my mother's teeth, tossed skyward with a laugh. What hard-earned joy looks like, carved from the wreckage of a lifetime's worth of grief. You are not ready for the answers to the questions you ask, not ready for the worlds these words might shake free. You could never understand what I am, or where so many of us are from. So I opened my performances at the festival with a freestyle at Desert Stanzas on Tuesday night, and I feel like it's only right for me to close with a freestyle poem. First time, last time, never have it happen again. Hope it's not a complete catastrophe, but if it is, I'm sure y'all will hopefully love me anyway, or at least be nice to me. Cool, you want to do that? Okay, let's go. Cool, you who put your hand up, what's the first word of this poem? Me. Okay, me is the first word. Thank you. Cool. Last word of this poem. Right there. Yes, you in the white hijab. Yeah. What's the last word of the poem? Love. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be perfect. At the table back there, you on the left-hand side. What's the title of this poem? What's that? Beautiful. Oh my gosh. And then someone in like these first 2 rows. Someone oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. What do you want this to be about? Just say Esma. Say Esma. Oh my gosh. It to be about Esma. Oh my gosh. Okay. To be about Esma. Okay. Amazing. Okay. Beautiful. So this is about Esma, Arabic name for a woman. Okay? The title of this poem is beautiful, or have I already forgotten that? The title is beautiful, the first word is me, the last word is love. I wonder where this is going. Okay, cool. So clap for me like I'm getting up, and then I'm going to do this, and we're going to close it out, and then we'll bring up some more poets. Thanks. This is a brand new poem I just wrote. It's called Beautiful. Me and you. I don't know you in the physical form. I don't know you as a human being in front of me. You are a place. But I imagine you as a woman with music that is so beautiful, the way it slips off my tongue. I know 5 words in Arabic tops. But when I see you, in this city that has taken my heart, in this city that does not want to let me leave, in this city that I do not want to let me go, I just hear the wind come in and say, Esma, say, stay here. I picture a woman. I picture a woman who I love without needing to know her in the physical form, because she is a place, but she holds me, she carries me, she walks alongside me. She is somebody who tells me, you are meant to stay here. Please don't go. Please come back. And when I think of the things that are vibrant, I think of all the people, I think of all the nations, I think of all the languages that sing so quietly in a place like here. And it is not the place that I know. It is not the place with the fractured pieces under every step that I take. It is a place that is saying, please, do not go. There is something beautiful, even when we don't talk, even when we don't need to see it. It is something that you feel deep, deep inside of your gut, and it makes you want to weep and just say one word: love.
Wow, unreal, unreal. So good. But I don't know if a lot of you caught that. When he said Isma, it kind of sounded like he was saying listen in Arabic. It was like a double meaning there. I don't even know if he intended that. But amazing, phenomenal. So for our next act, we got a guy coming all the way from the UK. He is, so I've heard, a world poetry slam champion. Damn! I'm super excited to see this guy perform. Please put your hands together for Harry Baker. Everyone.
Thanks so much. Everyone all right? It is such a genuine joy to be able to listen to everyone, not only the quality of the poems, but the way that you support each other and lift each other up. That is not something you get everywhere. So thank you for letting me be part of that. There's been a few different languages spoken tonight. I'm going to throw another one in the mix. I studied maths at university, and while I was there, I was given the chance to do a year abroad in Germany, and so I tried to learn German because I'd heard that it was very popular there. And as a poet and a mathematician, I love the German language because in many ways it is very logical. You can just kind of stick words together to make new words, but you can also be very creative with that. For example, the German word for hand is Hande. The German word for shoe is Schuhe. And the German word for glove is not Glover. The German word for glove is Handschuhe, because it's a bit like a shoe you put on your hand. And I would say to my German housemates, this is amazing, you guys have got hand shoes. And they would say, yes, we know what gloves are. Why are you so excited about gloves? Do you not have gloves in England? But for me, it turned learning a language into this sort of fun, exciting thing. One of my favorite words in German, I found out the German word for a tortoise is a Schildkröte, which translates as a shield toad. I sort of imagine it to be the Captain America of the amphibian world. And when I found this out, I looked up what a snail was in German. I really hoped it would be called a sort of shield worm or something like this. It turns out the German word for snail is just Schnecke. Can everyone say Schnecke? It's fun enough. But what's even more fun is the German word for snail is Schnecke, and the German word for slug is Nacktschnecke, which translates as a naked snail, which I think is adorable. And so I used to try and invent some of my own words while I was in Germany. And where I lived in Germany, there was lots of incredible food, and there was an amazing Turkish place that did very good falafel. And the German word for falafel is falafel, whereas the German word for spoon is Löffel. So if you had a very specific spoon that you only ever used to eat your falafel with, then this spoon in German would be called a Falafellöffel. So I wrote this poem. It's called Falafellöffel, and it's about a guy called Phil who just really loves falafel. It starts off in German. I'll translate as I go. There's a chance of some audience participation. I have no doubt you'll be excellent. It is entirely in German, which made a lot more sense in Germany, but is a lot more fun to do not in Germany. So we'll give it a go. This is Falafellöffel. Phil ist voll. Die Nacht ist gut verlaufen. Phil sieht ein Geschäft und fragt, was sie verkaufen, which means Phil is full. The night has gone well. Phil sees a shop and he asks what they sell. Falafel. Falafel. Which means falafel spoons. For spoonfuls of falafel, was falafel. Falafel, wie falafel. Falafel. Now, Phil doesn't speak German, so he's left a little baffled. See, there is this fella, Phil. And Phil loved falafel. In a falafel raffle, he would snaffle all the tickets. He always answers in affirmative to offers of falafel, even if he's awful if he didn't. And for us, it might feel effortless to live a life falafel-less. But Phil effervesces, he gets his falafel fix. So if Phil was ever to be offered luffel of falafel, he said yes, despite not knowing what the effer luffel is. Fulfill a life of love and laughter, will have a falafel after. So it's yes, despite not knowing what the effer luffel is of a falafel falafel. Awful. So it's yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is. A fluffy falafel is often iffy if he's honest. So it's yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is. If half a luffel of fiffy falafel is, if he leave it, even as if he's left a message for his kids saying yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is. Always yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is. So when I say, wie viel falafel ist zu viel falafel, which of course means how much falafel is too much falafel, could you reply in unison, in your best German accents, viel falafel ist zu viel falafel? Which of course means 4 spoonfuls of falafel is too much falafel. Just my own sort of personal limit, but I am trying to spread the word. I'll talk you through it. If you repeat after me, Löffelfel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel. Wunderbar. Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel. Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Okay, it's not bad, but it's not excellent. I think we can do better. I've got 2 tips just to take this to the next level. Tip number 1, if you can, try and sound a bit more German, okay? Whatever that means to you. When I lived there, they won the Football World Cup. It was incredible, it was euphoric, we partied all night, and it was all cleaned up by 9 a.m. the next day. The way we're going to do that, I'm going to ask you if you're ready. Instead of replying yes, I want you to shout back to me the German word for yes, which is ja, okay? And we're going to ride that energy to the end of the poem. The second thing you can do is what I used to do in my German language classes, which is where if I was ever asked a question by the person up the front, and I was not entirely sure what the answer was to that question, I would just repeat the question back to them with enough conviction that hopefully they would move on. I was going for a sort of ça va vibe. So if you just want to repeat what I say, it's a bit easier. We'll give it a go. Are you ready? Ja. Are you ready? Ja. Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel? Lauter, wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel? Schneller, wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Wie viel Falafel ist zu viel Falafel? Falafel is zu viel falafel. If it left him on his deathbed with a message for his kids saying yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is, always yes, despite not knowing what the falafel is. Phil war voll. Die Nacht war gut verlaufen. Phil sah ein Geschäft und fragte, was sie verkaufen. Falafel. Falafel. Falafel, ja, falafel. You've got to make an effort when you travel.
Oh my God, I cannot wipe the smile off my face right now. Can anyone here resurrect my grandfather? I doubt it. There is no such thing as speaking with the dead. That is stupid. There is, however, reading the dead. Yesterday I read my grandfather. I saw him dead again. I saw him hug and kiss my grandmother for the very last time again. I saw myself sat in the living room staring through his slightly cracked open door again, as his 4 daughters surrounded him helplessly again, with his moans and cries ringing through our ears as his soul was getting dragged away again. Let me read him to you. أكل تنفعك يوم الهوش. كان جدي يحكي لنا هالجملة لما ما كنا نخلص صحننا، فأنا كنت أتحمس فآكل وأتهاوش. كان يأشر على خدي ويسألني إذا عندي تفاحة اليوم، فبيشتري التفاحة ببوسة، والعنب من راسي ب2 والبطيخ من دقني ب3، كان يبوس دقني. يا جدي شفتك عم بتعجز زي ما شفتني عم بكبر. شفتك عم تقرا كل الجرايد مدور للصحوة العربية كأنها مخباي بشي كلمة أو جملة عم بيستنوك تقراهم. يا جدي أنت بدايتي، أنت بداية كل ما أرى ويرى. أنت نفخت في الأدب ويا ريتك تشوف عظمة نفختك اليوم. It is difficult to say farewell to a man screaming in pain. It is difficult, so this time I said, fare better. Here's to you, Sido. I hope you are in a fare better place. Thank you so much. Guys, honestly, this has been such a special night. Thank you so much for coming. We have concluded our poetry night. I have been breathless, honestly. This has been by far one of our best events at the Poetryhood, and hopefully onwards and forwards. Me and all the poets will be around. If you want to approach us, come talk to us. We are here. We are ready to collaborate, to speak, to connect, and this is what it's all about. Thank you so much.